and it rolls on and it rolls on.
Yes.
And first things first, I'm going to do 2 things I should have done last month. No, not shave my beard or cut my hair. Basically, I got 2 digital downloads and I didn't feature them last month, and I should have. And one was part of my huge pile of Telltale stuff, and that was Game of Thrones. So, which I got digitally, and it was like £3. That's stupid.
Yeah, I've got the same one. Dirt cheap, absolutely dirt cheap. So,
any plans to play it?
Yeah, I'm going to have a marathon like you soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going to do that. See if I can do 10,000 in a month. I'll be borrowing certain games someone bought on disc.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's actually really good. I mean, I don't actually watch Game of Thrones. I've probably watched a few episodes of the first series. And lots of, there's so much spoiler stuff for Game of Thrones just floating around that randomly pops up and I end up watching by accident, not meaning to, but it just kind of comes on. Yeah, I'm not sure when it's set. You know when, spoiler alert for Game of Thrones, you know when Joffrey dies?
Yep, season 2.
Is it? Is that what it was?
No, Joffrey dies, and that's when he's married her, so that
Yeah.
Fucking hell, no, season
But he actually
4.
dies on the marriage.
5.
He dies on the marriage.
Yeah, season 5.
Yeah.
Season 5.
That is when, that is when it's set. That is when it's set, because Joffrey's still like alive, like all the way through it, and then
during the books, he's still alive now.
yeah, but they had to kill him off because like some bastard would have actually killed the real actor.
He's retired from acting in real life. He's
yeah,
never going to act
they would
again.
have actually killed the real actor by now because the poor bastard did such a good job and was so unlikable.
He ruined his life.
That he ruined his life for it.
Yeah,
you know.
Well done.
He actually, do you know who Joffrey reminded me of? It was the I can't remember what his name was. Was it Jacob or something like that from Children of the Corn?
Oh fucking hell! Yes, the most irritating character ever. Linda Hamilton did that.
Yes. Actually, he was 25 when he did that.
Was he?
Yeah, that kid's actually 25. He has that.
He's
he has that condition where you look young, and you stay young.
He's creepy though.
But he's really creepy.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's typical Telltale. I think there's actually a little bit more choice and variation in
How many
that.
episodes in Game of Thrones?
Usual 5.
5. Cool.
Yeah, the usual 5. Michonne's the only one that had less, and it was 3. So I think they're all 5. I could be wrong. There might be a 4 slipping.
The Galaxy's out now, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
That.
No, I'm going to wait until I got all 5. You know, so see last month for my rant on that.
Very happy.
It's pretty cool. I mean, there's a lot of characters crop up. I mean, actually, after saying that, little King Hitler bastard does not actually show up. He's mentioned all the time, but he doesn't show up. I mean, his bride to be and his mum do, and his uncle do, and various other characters.
Uncle or dad? Which one we talk about? Jamie.
He's an actual uncle, not his dad.
Oh right, the Tyrion.
Yes.
His uncle, yeah.
Yes. Choose the best. Everest. Ted Moore was right.
Bloody hell.
Yeah. You have to be really fucking hard to get that one. Yes, yeah. And also, my other digital pickup for last month that I didn't show was Shadows of Mordor.
Black and Brimbriar, whatever his name was. I can't think of his name though. Back in Brimbriar? Oh yeah.
Back in Bimbar?
Yeah, back in the Bimbriar. Go on, get back in the bin.
Oh.
Bras. Yeah, I can't remember his name at all. And the light guy that created the ring. Have you played it yet?
No! Shut
Okay.
up. I did play it a little bit, and to be honest, I didn't actually like it. I really didn't actually like it. I was trying hard to get into it.
Yeah.
I kept bouncing between, oh yeah, I quite like this, to, no, this kind of shit. I don't like Assassin's Creed. I think it's, I just can't get into it. I think it's shit. I love Batman Arkham Asylum. I don't actually like the other ones where you're all kind of like free worldy.
Yeah.
They just kind of ruined it for me. And you know, you like all those games I just mentioned. And
The best thing about the thing that I found the best about Shadow of Mordor, yeah, it is fucking Assassin's Creed in the old days, but the Nemesis system is fucking brilliant.
Yes,
because
that's very
when
clever.
that fucker comes to get you and he kills you, you're going to find him. You ain't going to sleep until you've took his head, and you have to take his head. Otherwise, they get scars, they get recovered, they get metal bits, and they're still alive. But when you finally take that motherfucker's head, the feeling is brilliant.
It's really,
it's
really
better than
clever.
actually playing the rest of the
Yeah,
game.
the
Nemesis system.
that honestly is the game. The Nemesis system honestly is the game. And yes, there's a storyline and stuff, but the whole Nemesis thing is really the game.
Yeah.
It really
I hope
is.
it's called the Nemesis thing because I'm debating whether it is called the Nemesis system now.
It's something like that.
Stars.
It's something like that. I'm sure it is Nemesis. Something
Yeah.
like that. It's something like that.
Yeah. I did enjoy playing the game, but that system made me play for it. They released like a DLC halfway through,
I've got all the DLCs.
which was like
I've
a
got
whole
the
new game, which was the other guy's version. But it was like a whole nother
Yeah, I got the Game of the
20-hour
Year one.
story or something, which I would like to play one day.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah, I got the Game of the Year one for like £4.
God,
You know, it was like,
crazy cheap.
I will put aside about 6 to 8 hours for it, and I will at some time persevere with it and see if it grows on me, because it gets way, way easier. If anything, it's too easy, isn't it? From what people have said.
Crazy easy.
At the beginning, it's not easy. It's actually really fucking hard. And I think that was kind of what was putting me off, because you just kind of randomly and the gameplay is very like, oh look, I have a thing above my head, press the counter button.
Yeah.
Not exactly deep, you know.
Well, I mean, it's deceivingly bigger because you start up in one area, one big area, so you go into everything there, and you kind of think you're having the last boss battle, but you don't. You open up the second area, and there's loads more to do there. You get the big fucking goblins. What are they bloody called?
Huakai?
No,
Orcs?
okay.
Trolls?
Yeah, the big, huge, massive trolls. You get the trolls, and you can kill them with their masters and stuff. Yeah, it's alright. So, mate.
It did actually get me in the mood for like doing I sort of like Lord of the Rings thing. I made a statue instead. So, thank you, my lovely assistant. Yeah, so.
Debbie McGee. First of all,
No, because that makes me dead.
Yeah.
That sucks.
that's fine. So what you do when you look for a statue is you want to look for quality. So you go for the box online. So what he did was he found this. I mean, look at that. Whoa, yeah.
Get straight up like that.
Yeah. Oh, there we go, yeah. I mean, the quality, doesn't that just look like it's going to be...
Doesn't that look like something you want to buy?
But how much did you pay for this?
I actually paid like £8 for it. Actually, it was less than £8, like £7.60 or something.
That includes postage.
Posted from Japan.
Best pictures on the bottom, though.
Posted from Japan.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I actually looked up pictures of the actual the made model that hadn't been painted. And I was like, yeah, that's kind of reasonable. I can do something with that. And it's actually, it says Urukai all over the place, but it's actually Lurtz from Fellowship of the Ring. You can sort of see it by the armour and the face and everything else and the hair and what's. It's Lurtz,
Yeah.
which was a made-up character for the first movie. And this is what
Slightly different.
I did with the fella.
Yeah.
So, there we go.
When he got the sword, it was rather bendy, so he had to create that sword yourself, didn't you, from scratch,
Yeah,
from some
so,
other material.
Yes,
But he does this all the time.
So.
He might show you off some of his really good models one time. But this is fantastic. From that piece of shite that's on the box to that, yeah, it's just a bit of difference. You know, you get yourself like an £8 model. He's turned it into a fucking £80 model.
It looks nice.
Yes.
So I'm happy with it. So it's not perfect. There's a lot of things a bit dodgy about it. You know, I mean, the eyes are a bit wonky, and that was a few. But you know, it'll do.
And also, why I'm paranoid around here, because I used to trip over stuff, he has models everywhere at the moment.
Well, it's not so much models. It's more like equipment. I mean,
Equipment, yeah.
That are like, and literally, I'm just reaching down. That are very sharp, scalpely knives, and
models he's not very happy with.
that's not finished.
Yeah.
Don't show that. It's poo.
Yes, he's
It
not happy
needs
with
loads
it.
of work, and the masking all fucking fell apart, and it all fucking, you know. Show a picture of my Una instead. That looks nice. But anyway,
Picture.
right. Moving on to physical pickups.
In August, we're actually in August now.
In August, all of these closing down sale at Plowway, and you will see them probably soon-ish on the video, but that's probably not quite yet.
No.
So yeah. And the first one being the PS3 and a game you'd be amazed I haven't got. And I did mention this quite a bit on the video, that it's very strange. I've watched it, videos of it, like the whole game being played, and I just didn't want to play it. There's something about the way it plays and stuff that it's really good, but I just couldn't be arsed. I mean, there's a few games like that. I just can't be arsed. I mean, if this had choice, I'd be fucking there. I would have bought this a long time ago.
The biggest thing that lets this game down is the choice. There is none.
Yes, yes. I mean, we were talking about, this is The Last of Us on the PS3. We were talking about how much better and impactful the ending would be
if you had the choice.
If you had to make that choice. And I think a lot of people would actually make the choice at the end. That happens, but then they would kind of regret it and feel guilty. I don't think there's any real guilt of that choice. You're more shocked that he did it.
Yeah.
But you personally don't
it.
feel responsible for it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Because he did it. That character did it, not you.
There's no guilt on your soul.
Yeah, I mean, there might be a tiny bit, but it's not much. And
I like the actual little episode they did as well. That's actually based on the girl. That was really
yeah,
good.
Yeah, that's really good. I watched that as well.
It's fucking hard though near the end.
Yeah,
good.
Yeah,
I don't like the gunplay in it. That's the only thing I would say about the games. I don't like the gunplay in it. And when you get to the city, it gets very rinse and repeat. But games don't. You know?
But we sort of said before, that was like Uncharted. It's like, you know, it's the whole thing where it's just continuously like the same all the way through, and it all gets really samey. And there's a good story and stuff in there, but it's so samey to play. This is more sort of suspensey and less gunplay and stuff.
You get the creepy bits. That's quite good because you are on edge. Yeah. And you get to like, don't hear me, please don't hear me. Because
I love Siren Blood Curse. I fucking adore Siren Blood Curse, and that is all horror stealthy gameplay. So I really like the look of the horror stealthy gameplay bits in it. But the gunplay bits and all that stuff just completely fucking put me off. I mean, don't get me wrong, because I actually, I played a lot of gun games and stuff. And I don't actually have anything against that. It's just the sameness of that. It just has that Uncharted sameness that kind of, you know, it does kill it a bit for me. I am sort of strange that way, but it just does. This is a game that I played. I played this to record footage a while ago, and I was like, yeah, I actually quite like this. I will get this when it's cheap. And that is Afro Samurai. And it was cheap, it was like £2. So, yeah, it's just Samuel L. Jackson, mad 3D Ninja Gaiden-esque, would you say?
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yeah, there's actually a sequel to it, but it was so bad they pulled it.
Fair enough.
It was so bad they actually pulled it. So, yeah, but Samuel wasn't back for the sequel. It was given off to a new company, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I'd say that game's not bad. I've only played it for a little bit, like nearly all the fucking games I've got. But
it's super stylish, like the original animation was, you know. It's super stylish and stuff. But it's cool. It's alright for £2. Next one. And I said on the other video, and there's lots of things I'm going to repeat myself with and try not to, and yeah.
Or will it be a repeat when you actually hear the episode?
Yes. It'd be Gundam Extreme Versus. I really rather like, and they basically made a similar idea of taking lots of different series and blending them together, but they just did it with like all the Japanese anime series. I do mean like fucking all.
Yeah.
You know, not literally all. But there's a lot.
No, if it was all, it would be.
Yes, it would be a very, very
95 Blu-rays.
Yes.
Yeah. Character pack 96.
Yeah, you know, there's lots and lots and lots of characters in a weird, kind of like one of the. It's very similar to like one of the Naruto games, isn't it?
Yeah.
Even though Naruto's in it, it's very similar to the
Naruto, as Paige would correct me. Naruto.
I like saying Naruto. It's like saying manga. You say manga to like anime enthusiasts, and they get all pissed off. And go, manga. You know, it's like the biggest reason for that in the UK is fucking manga video, manga video, or manga entertainment as they were called. And in the commercials and like things for the other videos, it would say presented by Manga Entertainment and stuff. So it really got like ingrained in your head that it was pronounced manga. You know, manga.
Gah.
You know, not kind of manga. You know,
Yeah.
manga. It sounds like a He-Man character.
Yeah.
Manga.
Some sort of guard that guards He-Man.
Yeah, manga.
Manga.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, this looks coolish. It's not, you know. I mean, you
Is
didn't
the
get on with
suspense
it.
killing you now because he's finding it up?
Yes, it's J-Star fucking versus
Yeah.
Victory Thingy.
Yeah.
J-Star's Victory versus Plus.
Yeah. I played it on the PS.
PS?
I played it on the PS4. I really don't like the way it plays. I didn't get on with it at all.
I mean, the main thing is you haven't got a fucking clue who any of those are.
Right, we know.
You know Naruto.
Naruto. We know One Piece. We know Fist of the North Star, and we don't really know anyone else. Other people, and we're looking at the cover just in case you're wondering.
Yeah.
Do you know anyone else?
There's JoJo characters.
Oh yeah, Jojo. Fuck, how did you that?
And Dragon Ball.
So I don't know Dragon Ball.
Saint Seiya. Abobo. And then I kind of like start kind of struggling.
Smiley.
Oh, the guy from Bleach, Smiley Man, Smiley Graduation Man. He looks cool. I must admit, eyebrows policeman there would probably get my choice. He looks awesome.
Yeah.
And get him in there, and like eyebrows policeman for the win. Yeah.
Yeah, it plays very strange. I mean, it's very floaty when you're in the air as
Yeah,
well.
yeah,
And I just really didn't like it. I mean, I was getting my ass kicked. I mean, that's normal. But it just played so weird and so slowly paced as well. Because I got JoJo's from the Dreamcast programmed in my head, and I played that game to death in the day, but now I just don't like it.
You should really watch some of like the animes. The animes aren't very good. You should really read the manga.
Manga.
Yeah. Manga. Yeah, you should really read that. It's much more bonkers and just insane, and it's the main thing is you got to get all like the weird kind of like old music band references like REO Speedwagon and all that stuff. Very very weird names and stuff and things. It's just kind of cool. But yeah, first up, out of my RPGs that I bought, or JRPGs. Is one that I think, if I remember rightly, was kind of panned really, really heavily when it came out. And that is Last Rebellion, which looks, honestly, like a PS1 to 2 game. It's, like, graphically really not very good. But I don't know what the battle system's like. It looks very sort of Final Fantasy-esque and stuff from what I've seen. It could be alright, just kind of, you know, play it for a while, and I either take to it or don't, you know, see how it goes. But it was £6, it wasn't exactly too expensive than that, so.
I say these were all for me, and so they were all PS3 stuff was all half price.
Yeah.
And you can't go wrong with these prices. These prices are always good anyway.
Yeah.
Were always good.
Yeah.
But when you knock that in half, we're going.
You end up with a bargain, so.
Yeah.
I don't have a PS4, as I keep saying, but I would rather have it on the PS4, probably. But at the same point, I have all these on the damn PS3, and so I thought I'd get this one as well. And that is Tales of Zestiria, which is not about oranges and lemons, unfortunately. I was hoping it was just going to be a story about an orange and a lemon going on a great big quest. Zest.
The zest of truth.
Yes. But yeah, it's a Tales of game. If you know what a Tales of game is, there's not really much to say. No, that's Vesperia.
Yeah.
It's all sort of like bunkers and anime and real-time fighting. And if you like that thing, yeah, it kind of looks cool. So, we shall see. I mean, I have Tales of Grace's F to play. I'm
Symphony Collection.
I've got that to play. I'm in the middle of Tales of Xillia, and I've got Tales of Xillia 2 to play as well, and now I've got this.
What about Bestiria?
So-
Or was that PS4 only? There's a Bestiria as well.
That's 4.
Yeah,
That's
only.
4 only. That's the newest one. That's 4 only. Oh,
The thing is, when he does get around to getting a PS4, he's got a shitload to pick from.
Yes.
And the prices are really going down, so it's good.
Yes. I'm really going to enjoy it when I get it. I mean,
Yeah,
I think
his purchases will be Yakuza.
yes, no, that and it's going to be like Super Robot Tyson and Gundam Breaker and a lot of these kind of importy ones
Asian
that are
one
in
with
full
English.
full English, but you know you get the Asian version.
Eggs and sausages, full English. That's the breakfast we want.
Yeah, you make me fucking hungry. I've been eating like fucking pigs as well. But yeah, that's right.
We don't eat like policemen at all.
No, we just eat policemen with like chili sauce, and ketchup.
Tastes like bacon.
Yes, again. But yeah,
Some people said I was crazy when I brought Terry on board, but I'm a firm proponent of paradigm breaking, outside the box thinking. And since Terry's been with us, our productivity has gone up 46%.
Break was over 15 minutes ago, bitch! I am an enforcer, man. Don't nothing go down in my house. It's 100% hard, baby. Sure, I jack a few fools. I give them the pain. But sometimes it's about intimidation, you know. It's mind games.
So, I'll see you later.
Check razor! Check razor! Get ready for the pain, woman! The pain train is coming! Wow! Wow! I got it! It's in there! Don't hurt me! Please don't hurt me! Thank you, Terry! Thank you, God!
But what's really impressed me is how Terry's become part of the Felcher family. He fits right in here.
Surprise, kid! Happy birthday! As profits increase, the margin reaches a second break-even point here, after which enterprise falls into loss. Any questions? You know you need a cover sheet on your TPS reports, Richard! That ain't new, baby!
Hey, Terry.
Hey, Janice! Motherfucker!
That's not to say that Terry's gone soft. He still does what he does best.
That's a long distance call, Doug!
Of course, the office environment is, in fact, a violent world, and injuries do occur.
Hi, Terry.
Hey, Dana. Oh, no! God! Oh, oh. Playing hurt? Baby, that don't faze me. I don't got time for pain. The only pain I got time for is the pain I put on fools who don't know what time it is. Any bitch-ass thing I done lost a step because of what happened? Because of what happened to my knee and such? Well, he in for a surprise. A rude, painful surprise! Yeah!
To be honest, I wish I had 10 Terry Tates on Team Felcher.
I just do my job, man. I do what my God-given abilities allow me to do, and I thank Jesus Christ for it every single day. And do I enjoy what I do? Hell yeah. These ain't your pens, Richard! These pens belong in my house! You can't come in my kitchen and kick my dog and take a box full of ballpoints! Your ass must be crazy!
next one up. Never even heard of it, and just looking at it, it's by Omega Force and Curry, and so you can guarantee it's going to be Dynasty Warriors-esque. By the looks of it, it's a Dynasty Warriors-esque RPG. It does look Dynasty Warriors kind of like, you know, with more depth. And more story and all that sort of stuff. So
I love the way when Dynasty Warriors games, when you're like kicking the arse out of everyone, there's actually a story going, you're having conversations with other characters while you're doing a 400 hit combo in the corner. I love that.
It gets very repetitive after a while. I do love the Gundam ones, I really do. And I've played
Trinity, what?
Trinity, Souls of Zilol.
Zilol. That sounds like
Zilol.
a bad equalised score in the football.
Zilol?
Liverpool and Manchester United played out of Zilol today.
But yeah, it has a character that looks exactly like Mr. Fucking T, which is really weird.
I'll be Liverpool.
Yeah. Yes,
It's got a dragon in the background.
yes. And it's always, they've always got to have dragons and bloody stereotypical sorceresses and elvy ears and stuff.
Lots of breast and chest showing.
Yes, they have those stupid armours that just kind of like, will have a steel-plated breastplate and show all the boobs.
My heart's here, but I'm not going to cover it up. Just, you know.
No, just the bikini part.
Yeah,
you know? But no, it looks, it looks pretty cool. I sort of watched a trailer and that for it. I was hoping to actually try and play all of them. Yeah, Jenga. I was hoping to actually play all of these first, after doing like a rant on them on the pickup video thing we did on the Play Away one. I was hoping to play them all and have a more in-depth kind of thing, but I hadn't had a chance. I've been too busy with other things.
Modelling.
And other things. Yes. Next one. I have the first one. I do not have 0, which is the second one, but I do have the third one now, which is Agarest 2. Which is all confusing. But yeah.
Tales of Agarest War, the first one or something, wasn't it? Some long name like that.
Yeah, Agarest Generations of War.
Yeah, there you go.
I
remember watching our friend Bob play. He got an imported American Xbox 360 just to play it. And I think he played it about 2 or 3 hours. And yeah.
I played the first one for fucking ages. I think I got, I don't know, maybe 1 or 2 generations in, and then I got bored.
Because your kids take over, don't they?
Yeah,
it is about
you choose your partner, and then that depends what your kids' skills are, what they look like, and stuff. And then you carry on with the kids, like much later on, like 20 years later or whatever. And then you do it again.
Gene splicing the proper way.
In all fairness, it was that jump that put me off. When I jumped like 20 years, the second time,
to know your characters and you love them all, don't you?
Yeah. You do tend to keep the party members and stuff, but it's still, for some reason, it just put me off. On the second time, I had to do it.
I wish I was still your granddad.
It just really kind of put me off. But this is the same thing. This is exactly the same kind of thing. Exactly the same turn-based kind of combat. Exactly the same PS1 looking visuals on the PS3. But nah, it's £6. It'll go in the collection. I might want to play it one day. So.
And of course, if you want to play it, it's there.
Yes. And that is the end of the JRPGs that I got. And he also had like Atelier ones in there and Hyper Dimension Neptunia or whatever it's called. It's actually really weird because you play it as a Sega Neptune console. Yeah.
The unreleased Sega combination.
Yeah, and you kind of like, and there's characters based on the Mega Drive and the Super Nintendo and all this stuff. It's really, really weird. And actually did a crossover cartoon with that and the Sega Hard Girls, whatever it was. Just all mixed together to kind of get some serious kind of weird fanboyness there. But yeah, next one. Not games I'm overly fond of, and Prince of Persia Trilogy. I had the first one and the second one. Didn't really get on with them. I played each of them for about an hour or so. Didn't really get on with them. Didn't bother with the third one. Got the third one on the Wii. Played it a bit. But it's very different. I played later ones since then. My favourite one is actually the reboot on the 360, just called Prince of Persia. And I actually really like that. And most people that are fans of these ones do not like that at all. And I actually loved that. The one that came afterwards, whatever it was called, it was okay. I played all the way through it and finished it. It was okay, but it was nowhere near as good as the reboot.
Shaded one, isn't it?
The reboot is.
Yeah.
EDF! Earth Defense Force, Insect Armageddon.
Insects. There may be insects, but they're freaking huge.
Yes, ginormous, and you have to kill them with tanks and guns. And it was £2.50. I mean, that's silly. This is a really good game. It chugs, like we always say, but it's not too bad. It's like full upgradable armors, 300 plus weapons, and thousands of bugs and robots to kill.
There's always like lots of content and stuff to do. I mean, they have the most blandest of cities with just big ants that you just repetitively kill, and then you upgrade to grasshoppers and so forth.
I mean, one thing that's cool on that is a free-player online campaign, which is awesome, but there's also a 6-player survival mode.
Yeah, there was one on the 2045, I think.
Yeah, but that came out after this.
Yeah.
That came out after this. So of course there was. I have that as well. I don't have the one before this though. I don't have that. But next on the PS2, we have X-Men Legends 2, The Rise of Apocalypse.
Apocalypse.
And now, Huge Lips.
Michael Rennie was ill the day the earth stood still, but he told us where we stand. And Flash Gordon was there in silver underwear. Claude Rains was the invisible man. Then something went wrong for Fay Ray and King Kong. They got caught in a cellular jam. Then at a deadly pace, it came from outer space. And this is how the message ran.
Those are some red lips.
Yes, actually, that is actually the woman who played Magenta's mouth, but with Richard O'Brien's voice, which is very strange. But yeah,
Richard O'Brien's just strange anyway.
no, he's awesome. He's very, very odd when you sort of see him in other films like Flash Gordon and stuff. It's very strange. He just sort of pops up.
I was watching he was like a bad guy in some medieval film, but the problem is he should have been Skeletor.
Skeletor.
He's just
What the heck? How? I suppose he's got the camp and the
yeah, but in this medieval film, his face is so skinny, where his eyes go in. He
Yeah.
looks like he should actually be Skeletor, like his skin's about to pop off, and he'd go, but it'd be Skeletor underneath.
It'd make a much more amusing He-Man. It'd be like, you know, it's a,
By the power of Mumsy.
that'd be excellent. But yeah, this just is like the first X-Men game and also the Ultimate Alliance games, where it's just like essentially Baldur's Gate gauntlet-y and very good two players, and
Pick four characters, do an area, upgrade, move on. You can bounce between the characters as you go as well, which is pretty cool.
yeah. But no one bothers to. And they just choose Wolverine.
Yeah, they just choose Wolverine.
You know?
Yeah.
I did bounce between the characters. I mean, I actually really enjoyed some of the other characters. Like, you know, I like the way Iceman, and I can't remember her name, was it Magma? Whatever it was, with the fire. And they both had the sort of thing where they could, like, make a trail, like a skate thing.
Yeah.
Skate along it.
Yeah.
With Iceman, it was awesome because it was like the first time I've ever seen Iceman actually used like that and actually have proper powers, you know, with the ice slide and stuff. So that was cool. That was.
I mean, it's how he comes into X-Men Children of the Atom, isn't it? He's on his ice skate.
Yeah.
His ice slidey, tradie, thingy, cheeky.
You know, I grew up with Spider-Man and Amazing Friends, so it's like, yes, that was good. Not Spider-Man and Amazing Friends, just the fact that you actually had the ice slide. So,
I want to go on an ice slide now.
one game is next is something that I recorded footage for a while ago, and I was like, I actually rather like this and actually want it. And in all honesty, this is actually the second time we've seen it. Over like the space of like 4 or 5 years, we have seen this game in a shop twice. It is run like hell.
Yeah.
It is a survival horror type thing. And yeah, so I was like really, really happy to see that in there, like really cheap. I mean, Cliff picked it up and he was like, "Oh, I'm getting this." I was like, "No, you're not. You already have it. I am getting it." You know. So yeah, I played it and I was really impressed. I mean, it's not great or brilliant or anything, but it was enough to me to go, "Oh, I would give that some time to actually see if I like it or not." It looks good. So.
Do you think it's got anything on like the cheesiness of Cold Fear?
No, nothing has the cheat. Do you mean Deep Fear?
Yeah, close. Yeah, Deep Fear.
Yeah. No, nothing is as cheesy as Deep Fear.
It cost you a fortune to find out, or you could watch it on YouTube. That's the best one.
Yes.
I mean, I've got it. I played it for like 20 minutes, and my eyes watered, and I stopped playing. I mean, them graphics, damn.
I actually watched the whole thing. I actually have watched the whole thing on YouTube for Deep Fear.
It's not a very long game.
No, it's not. It really
It's
isn't.
not
It really isn't long. Next up, This actually looked dated when it came out. I mean, it really didn't look very good when it came out. But it did, however, have an excellent selection of weapons. It did play quite well, and it had some great weird humour in it. And that is Armed and Dangerous by LucasArts. And it is very sort of, I don't know, it's like a 2000 AD cartoon strip. It's very sort of like that. It's kind of just bonkers.
It's a really, really good game. Always highlighted by the
land shark cannon thing.
Yeah, absolutely awesome. Nothing better than seeing someone in the distance firing it off and then the shark coming up through the ice. I loved it.
But, I mean, it really does look like shit.
Yeah.
I mean, just looking at it now, I actually did footage for it, and it really looks bad. It does play well and stuff, but it does look bad. There's no getting around that. There really isn't any getting around. The graphics are like PS1 territory.
And there was going to be a sequel, but they cancelled it like halfway through development, which was kind of sad.
It didn't do very well, did it? I mean,
played for that. I remember playing for it, but
I did. Yeah, I did as well. I did as well. I played for that back in the day. I mean, it was the humour that attracted me to it, but it was just and the guns as well. And the trailers for it were great, you know. And yeah, there's just something about it that's off, that just isn't quite right. Like if it had someone else working on the team, it just could have been a bit better, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's just, there's something that's just not that good about it. But at the same point, it's great as well. It's just, there's moments of greatness in there, and it's just kind of flawed. A game that Cliff picked up a little while ago, because he picked up Coast to Coast as well more recently.
yeah.
And that is Outrun 2 on the original Xbox, which I thought stood it. I mean, I've got the Xbox Live Arcade one on the 360. I don't have a working Coast to Coast. I got Coast to Coast on the PS2, but the disc doesn't work properly. There's a big problem with it. It loads and stuff, but you get like into the game and it crashes randomly. So,
I remember that chat years ago.
yes, it was sealed as well.
Yeah, it was sealed. Yes, I remember that.
So much annoyance there.
Brilliant game. I loved all the Outrun 2, Outrun Coast to Coast. That era of Outrun games was fantastic. All I can say is Scud Race. Get to the Scud Race track. It's really short because you drive through it in about a minute, but it's just so cool to finally see Scud Race track on a home console.
But again, I do sort of agree on hindsight. I do that this is actually really good and really fun. I do agree kind of on hindsight, but I've got to admit, when this come out,
wrong, it's me fucking yawning this
when
time.
this come out, to be honest, I bought it. It was like second hand in game, and I took it back 2 days later. I didn't really like it. It was, the fact is that I had been playing Burnout 3, and I didn't own Burnout 3. But they're both arcade racing games.
Yeah.
They're both arcade racing games. They shouldn't be that different, should they?
No, true. But then again,
they're exactly the same concept.
Yeah.
They're exactly the same concept. And this felt so old-fashioned and so kind of hackneyed and, you know, bad and not so good to control that I was just, no, fuck this shit, that's going back. And it went back, and I got a copy of Burnout 3 instead. And it's grown on me since. It has grown on me since. I actually quite like it now. I do love my arcade Sega racing games. I love the Initial Ds and Sega Rallies and Daytonas and Scud Races. And not you, Sega Touring Car, back in the fucking attic. But yeah,
1 frame a second.
yes,
Ugh.
yes. But yeah, so yeah, you know, I do recommend it. I think it's a really good game. And it's just nice that this version has a lot of features that the 360 version does not have.
Yeah, I mean, 360 was stripped back
It's
anyway
very
for
cut
arcade.
down for being an arcade game. So
It's still quite cheap. Outrun 2 is quite... Coast to Coast is ridiculous.
Coast to Coast is really expensive.
Yeah. But that is quite cheap. It's
Yeah.
really worth getting. It really is.
But to be honest, Coast to Coast is not expensive on the PS2.
No.
So,
That's
you
true.
know, if you just want to play it, get it on the PS2.
And also I think it's on the PS2. I'm not sure if it's Outrun 2 or Coast to Coast. You had the cross-link feature with
PSP.
the PSP. Yeah.
Did you just say you're not sure about the Xbox?
Whether it's
linking
Outrun
with
2 or Coast to Coast.
Ah, yeah.
I could have said it was the Xbox because I make mistakes.
Yes,
Sometimes.
sorry, I wasn't actually paying attention there, but yeah, it's Coast to Coast. Coast to
Yeah,
Coast
Coast to
links
Coast.
up with the PSP version and
that's-
unlocks cool things.
Music, cars, and other stuff.
Yes, cool things. The last one is a game that got like a really weird mixed reaction, and that I think the biggest reason for that was that they guaranteed on using the name. They tried to do this corporate thing of thinking putting the characters in it in this different game would sell the game, and it did quite the fucking opposite. If this game had come out with completely different characters in,
Yeah, definitely.
and didn't have these as the main characters, I think it would have sold much, much better. And that is Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts. I think they should have done that and had Banjo-Kazooie as like a selectable character in it, but not had this main thing of it being a Banjo-Kazooie game.
I love the way the game starts though, because if you know nothing about Banjo-Kazooie, you just think you're playing another banjo. And
Which
the way
is
it starts
actually a
is
bad thing.
Yeah. I mean, if you're playing it for that and you go back, because it's only like sort of...
And that's the problem, because
2
people
minutes.
started playing it and they were like, oh, it's Banjo, yay! And then the actual game starts. So it's not a
It
good
takes
thing,
over.
it's a bad thing. It's actually a really fun vehicle building thing.
Yeah, I spent hours
It's a lot of
building some
fun.
flying stuff in there.
Yeah, I played the demo.
Some
of
of it's
it,
way
I
too
enjoyed
big
it.
to fly and stuff like that. Collecting blueprints.
You know,
and
it's
so
just
forth.
like an excuse to kind of play with Meccano, you know? Or Connects, it's very close to Connects. But, yeah, it looks a lot of fun, and I will play it soon. It's, I say, the biggest problem with it was literally like the fact they branded it as a Banjo game. I really don't know why I did that. It's,
Not a clue, they're just trying to use some licenses. We bought Rare, let's use their stuff so
Yeah.
our money wasn't wasted.
yeah,
So Grabbed by the Ghoulies, which I think is a brilliant game as well.
I don't think that's fair.
No, I do, I think it's awesome.
Have you
I don't-
played it recently?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Try it.
It got spruced up for Rare Replay, didn't it? The last section on Grabbed by the Ghoulies, that bugged the hell out of me because it's a timed concept. I had replays, but I did it in the end.
Yeah, I just, you know, I said with Rare, I have problems with Rare because Rare have a certain absolute blandness to their 3D games that I don't like. I really don't like the Rare blandness.
Because the brothers left and formed the team that made Ukulele, didn't
Yeah,
they? Because Ukulele is basically the new banjo.
Yeah, but it got like really bad reviews now.
Yeah.
So.
Apparently they fixed nearly all the issues now through many updates. Yeah, the biggest issue being the camera, they were saying, first of all. The camera was being absolutely dreadful, but apparently that's as good as it can be now. So,
Cool. You gotta play sometime.
yeah. So I played Banjo 1 and Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo 2 to death. I love them games. I thought they were absolutely brilliant. And that as well, I just love the building mechanic in it because you go around, you collect your cogs, you take them into the main hub world, you get more bits for your blueprints, for your vehicles and stuff. And then the biggest monstrosity I created, there's no way in hell it should have flown. And it sort of glided. It sort of did. But it was so much fun. It was so much fun. You could just build this piece of junk square and somehow you get it to fly.
Because honestly, I think I will enjoy the building aspects of this more than I actually enjoy the actual Banjo-Kazooie-ness because I don't really like Banjo. I mean, again with the Rare thing, it was a poor man's rip-off of Mario 64. It was completely a poor man's rip-off of Mario 64. It was nowhere near as good as Mario 64, nowhere near as tight. I played it, I fucking hated it. It came out on the 360. I liked it a bit more. I kind of warmed up a little bit to it because it just felt like a Mario 64 and there hasn't been that many games that are like that.
There isn't any anymore really, is there?
Yeah, they sneak up over in there, you know.
Many.
Things like Vex and whatever alongside
Yeah.
that, but things like Vex and stuff and various bits and pieces kind of pop up that, you know, normally like children's licensey sort of stuff and you don't really realise it. But, what do you call it? Mushroom Men, the Spore Wars is very good as well.
Yeah. Cool.
That's really good. But yeah, so not the biggest Banjo fan, you know. It's okay. I mean, I played about halfway through the first game and But then I lost my save, my hard drive went, and it was one of those things I was going back to every couple of months. I'd go back and play a bit more. And let's say the hard drive went, I never got a chance to go back to it. I couldn't be asked again and get all my jiggies and fucking
Banjo Tooie is so overlong.
There's so many collectibles. So many fucking collectibles.
I 100% both of them, but I just remember being fed up come the 20-hour mark, but you still had to put in 40, 50 hours to get them all. But I got them all, and I just droned myself autopilot through the rest of that game. But yeah, I like those banjo nuts and bolts, I do.
But anyways, that is it for August for me. So any thoughts, comments, blah blah blah, stick 'em in the box. Like if you want, subscribe if you want. Make sure you turn the little notifications thing on so you actually get, you know, if you are interested. The little bell.
You can see all our new videos when we post.
But anyway, until next time.